Auburn's defensive line feels good about where they're at this far into the season.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zach Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. We got a bonus episode for you today. Caught up yesterday with Phillip Blidi. We were at an event at the Joint Chiropractic in Tigertown over in Opelika. He had a lot of good things to say, and I thought some of the details of what he said about his recruitment and why Auburn, I thought it was interesting. Auburn defensive lineman Phil Blidi hanging out with us at the Joint Chiropractic.
Yes, sir.
Nice little celebration going on here. You trust these? I mean, I can't imagine the trauma that goes through like the body of a D1 athlete, especially a defensive lineman, and you trust these guys to make sure your body's in tip-top shape.
Yes, sir. So, me being a player that's been playing for 5 years now, something that's been big is just keeping my body in shape. My body's my paycheck. So things like stretching and coming to a chiropractor when your body really is aching, like that's something that's going to be vital to your success. And that's when the joint chiropractors come into place. Anytime that, like throughout the week during training, in the summer, the off season, when I'm trying to make my gains for the season, like I would come here and I would really get the adjustments that I need to really help me to be the best at the end of the week.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I come here as well, and the staff here is incredible, absolutely incredible. So we're a few weeks into the season, Phil. How do you feel the defensive line has done as a whole so far?
Man, we played phenomenal so far, and we're only getting better. We only have room for improvement, and we bust our butts in practice every day, and we get each other better. And not just the defensive line, but the backers, the DBs. Like as a defense, like we're a highly competitive defense, and it's a high energy defense, and that starts with the DC. Like that's who he is. Anybody that knows DJ Dirk know that he's a high energy guy. He coaches with his hair on fire. So it's just something that's contagious on the defensive side of the ball, and like we've been able to also like share that with the offense too. That's like when we compete, like it's always at a high level. It's always everybody trying to beat everybody. Like it don't matter who you is. Like we are highly competitive. But I love how we played so far, and like the effort we practice with and the effort we play in the game with, and like the violence. You can't play D-line without violence. So that's something that we've really done great at, and that's something that's only going to get better as the season go on.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about DJ Durkin's level of energy, but man, we get these practice windows throughout fall camp to go and see you guys, and if you're watching the D-line, I mean, what Von Trell is doing, your defensive line coach, I mean, he is just go, full energy all the time, it seems like. It's got to be infectious.
Man, he says all the time, too, like, energy is infectious. Like, you will not come to practice looking like you don't want to practice. Like, you come ready to go, and because he's going to come ready to go, and he's going to bring that energy, and you're going to match his energy, too. So he does a great job at always making sure we're up and ready and always got the energy and always come to lead, because we're the defensive front and we lead this team. Nobody in the SEC has a good season without the big man up front.
No question. On either side of the ball, for sure.
That is something that he takes personal when he come out there, and we take it personal too, because we're the guys playing, so.
Yeah. I mean, you've played for multiple defensive line coaches and defensive coordinators and head coaches, just, the nature of college football now. There was a lot of questions about Von Trell when he was hired, because he was just kind of promoted, the time of the season, losing a coach to the NFL. That's just kind of the timing of it. But, I mean, it seems like not only from a recruiting standpoint, but also just from a hands-on coaching point of view. I mean, does he seem like it's his first year doing this in the SEC?
No, man. He's. I couldn't even tell that it's his first year.
Yeah.
Coming in, going into the portal, that was one of my things that was really big for me going to a school. Like I needed to be with a coach that could help me get the development that I needed for my last year. And I had LSU, Oklahoma, and all those schools that had like D-line coaches that are highly vetted D-line coaches. But like once I got to know Coach V and just saying like how he could develop me. You know, everybody had to start somewhere, and all those guys that are all those like vetted coaches, like somebody gave him a chance. You know, and
yeah, for sure.
Ever since I gave Coach B a chance, like coming here, like he showed me why I should have picked him. You know, and he's been able to really help me in the things that I need to do to get even better for like the NFL. You know, so that's something that you want, and that's something that, you know, he says he's a first year coach, but that's something that he does, and he's been able to prove like he's been doing this for like multiple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this level, you know.
Let's continue our conversation with Phil in just a moment, right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show is brought to you by our friends at eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience is what keeps the winning happening on the field. Is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has over 122 million parts for your car, truck, or SUV. You'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or you get your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber and not cash. Well, the parts you need at the prices you want. It's easy to make your car the MVP. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit, only available to U.S. customers. Today's show is also brought to you by our friends at Factor. You can head over to factormeals.com/lockedoncollege50 to get a 50% off your first month. But look, Factor meals, they're quick and easy, just 2 minutes, and it doesn't really matter what you want. They've got it for you. Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved. And like I said, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. You can make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert. Stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Right now, head to factormeals.com/lockedoncollege50. Use code LOCKEDONCollege50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code LOCKEDONCollege50 at factormeals.com/lockedoncollege50 to get 50% off your first box, 20% off your next box, as long as that subscription is active. Got to check them out, factormeals.com. So your portal recruitment was a little bit different than other guys that we see in the portal. Usually somebody enters the portal, then they take a visit that following weekend to campus, and then they usually commit.
Yes, sir.
You took your time with this. You took several visits.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what was it about Auburn that kind of said, okay, you know, because Auburn wasn't the last place you visited either, was it?
No, it was the last place.
It was the last place.
Yes,
so what was it about Auburn that said, okay, yeah, we're going with the Tigers and with what Hugh Freeze is building?
Man, I've been to a lot of places like you said, and I've gone to know staffs and like a lot of amazing staffs out there. But once I came here, like got to meet Coach V in person and got to meet Coach Freeze, got to talk to those guys and got to talk to Coach Dirk and just the plan that they have for me. And the thing that really brought me here was like, you know, all these places, they have the football piece, you know, like LSU gonna have the football piece and like other like schools gonna have the football piece. But like what really like caught my eye here was the family part of it.
Sure.
Like me being a family guy, I thought that, you know, my last place needs to be somewhere that my family really is gonna enjoy it. And I'm gonna be able to do what I do and my family's gonna be happy, you know. And my wife came here and like she loved it. She didn't want to leave. And when I took my visit, I was like, babe, this is the place for me. You know, like this.
You went somewhere out west too, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did. Yes, sir.
Got it. We don't have to say where, but I'm just thinking where all you went. Got it. I remembered LSU, and I'm like, where was the other one? Yeah, that's right.
Washington. I've been all
Washington.
Over the place.
Yeah, right.
I wish I loved it there too, but like really, this place is really special. You know, just getting to come in and like this, me. They gave me a tour when I came here in the town, and like just this people didn't even know me. Just the interactions I had with people just on the sidewalk. I was like, yeah, this is just an amazing place, and the people are behind the athletes here at Auburn, and I really love that about here, and I really love that the whole community is just like it's a family, you know. Like it's, people say if you love Auburn, they're gonna love you back.
That's right.
And that like, and when I got here, and they told me that in recruiting, I felt that right away. Like the people I met Dr. Boyce right off the way, and I met not even people that I really even knew, like people made us gift baskets for our house and stuff. Right when we got there, people didn't even know, you know. And just off the bat, like people were just welcoming us in town, like that's why I came here. Like people are behind you here, and this is a family here, and that's what I love about Auburn, and that's why Auburn will always be like I will always be someone that's gonna be an Auburn man. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my wife talk, we come to live here. You know what I'm saying? Like we love it here so much. Like about if you want to come to live somewhere that you play football, that has to be a special place. And this is a special place, and there's something special going on here. Like, and people are going to know real soon. You know, so
and we've seen that with other. I mean, the transfer portal's still kind of young, but like we saw it last year, kind of with Elijah McAllister, who came in. He was here for a year, but it kind of felt like he was at Auburn for forever. I got a feeling it'll be that way with you too. So, who are some of the young guys that have impressed you? I mean, just for the first 2 games, Malik Blockton has blown me away.
Off the bat, Malik Blockton for sure. That guy is somebody that works hard, like works his tail off. And in the summer, I knew he was going to be special, just the way he came to work every day. Like, he approached the workouts like a vet. Like, his mindset out there, you couldn't even tell he was a freshman. Like, he's a true freshman, you know. And just how he's been able to separate himself, like, when it comes to football knowledge, like, his football knowledge is next level, you know. And, you know, his older brother, I know you've seen his older brother play last year.
Marcus. Yep.
Yeah, Marcus Harris. You know, they've been working together, you know, and I could tell that.
It's a good reference point for sure. Yeah. He's pretty good.
He's a dog, and his little brother's a dog too, and he's the next one up. Yeah, like he's going his little brother in a couple of years he gonna play on Sundays. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're right. You're right.
I've been around a lot of people too. This is my 3rd school, and I've been around a lot of dogs and a lot of guys that been able to go and play at the next level, and like really something that everybody has in common. Like, you gotta have that dog mentality, and like he got that dog mentality as a freshman, and there's no doubt that he's gonna be out of here real soon. It ain't gonna take too long, and everybody already knows.
Yeah, he might be a 3 and done. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And there's some other young guys too. I mean, we haven't seen a lot from TJ Lindsey, but like for him to be that big and to move that well, that young, I mean, that's a nice combo.
Yeah, right now he's not on the field, but he's gonna be on the field soon. He's a guy that has been working and like really like kept his nose down and just continued to go to work, and he's been able to really like show a lot of flashes during the camp. I see him show a lot of flashes, and he's just getting even more better, you know. And he's getting better in his technique, and he takes the time after practice to put in the extra work to get even much better, you know. And that's really showing up in practice, and he's going to be a guy that really helps Auburn a lot. You know, he's going to keep on working, and he's going to keep getting better. Yeah. And he's someone that the coaches got to have a lot of trust in.
So put us in the mindset of a defensive lineman that's playing back-to-back weeks, obviously this week with New Mexico coming to town, and then next week Arkansas. 2 really dynamic and mobile quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
I know y'all aren't looking ahead or anything like that, but it's got to be on your radar. It's like, okay, we've got to make sure we keep this guy in the pocket. You've been an interior guy. What's going through your mind during the snap when you guys are rushing the passer against a guy who can really, really hurt you with their legs?
Man, our coach says all the time, you got to rush for vision. You know, everything we do, we got to rush for vision, and not even just that. When it comes down to
DJ or Vontrell that says that?
It's Coach Vontrell.
Okay.
He's my D-line coach. Say you got to rush for vision, and it comes down to like you got to go back to the fundamentals. Everybody got to do their job. Everybody got to be on the spot. And everybody got to be ready. You got to be ready to make a play when it comes to you. You know, when the opportunity presents itself, you got to be ready. So that's something that's big for this week is caging the quarterback up. Yeah. And not staying blocked. You know, when the quarterback comes your way, because he scrambles a lot and he runs with the ball out. Yeah. So you got to be ready to take the ball out when he comes your way, and you got to be ready to wrap up and finish the tackle because he's a slippery guy.
Yeah, like, he can move.
Everybody, like, them running quarterbacks, they hard to tackle. They hard to get sack on. So you got to be ready to wrap them up, and then you got to be ready to get the ball out.
Absolutely. Phil, thank you so much for chatting with me for a few minutes, man. This was fun. Thank you for having me on the show, man. Good stuff from Phil Blidi, Auburn defensive lineman. We'll see what he and the Tigers do against New Mexico this Saturday. Thanks so much for checking us out. Please like the video. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.